President Biden stepping down, handing over the presidency to Kamala Harris. What we saw this weekend can only be described as an American coup within the Democratic Party led by President Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton. And moments ago, we learned from multiple sources from Biden's chief of staff that called an emergency meeting at the White House this morning. So the question we're asking, will the president step down as president? We already know he's not running, but will he step down? Here's the report just a few moments ago. Reports are calling Biden's, this is an FAA flight restriction that just went up in Wilmington, according to Laura Loomer in Delaware, where Joe Biden lives. The flight restriction is for VIP movement. This coincides with presidential movement. Joe Biden's health is declining rapidly. And as I reported yesterday, he is now in the terminal stage of his illness. Today, Joe Biden's chief of staff held an emergency meeting with all White House staff. And I've separately heard that report as well. Reports are calling Biden's condition a terminal stage. Terminal stage. So we could see, perhaps in a matter of days, President Biden stepping down from the presidency of the United States, handing over the presidency to Kamala Harris. Of course,
you guys,
this is the strategy, right? This is to give her some, kudos before the actual election.
It is also the exact plot line of Veep. That's how she won the presidency, is becoming the incumbent just before the election. It's truth is stranger than fiction. I very much would like answers from the White House. For instance, Karine Jean-Pierre, who's been telling us for months and months that he's totally fine and vigorous.
Oh, yeah.
And then
the
all
doctors.
of a sudden the story is different.
Yeah.
Why have you been saying this all along if the truth now comes out? That's interesting, in addition to the coup angle, which I think is more interesting.
Yeah, and we'll get to it in a second, but President Trump calling for an investigation into the doctors who essentially lied to us, the White House doctors. We'll get there in a second. So Democrats love to lecture other countries about their elections, calling for free and fair elections. What Democrats did this weekend by pushing out Joe Biden was anything but free and fair. It was a banana republic move, quite honestly. It was an elite coup of the elite coup of the American election process. Remember what Joe Biden, by the way, told us 9 days ago.
What's Joe Biden going to do? Is he going to stay in the race? Is he going to drop out? Here's my answer. I am running and we're going to win. I'm not going to change that.
So apparently he's furious this morning at this swindle that's been handed. To me, it reminds me of, because we'll get into some of the signature stuff and the letterhead and all of that in just a second here. But what it reminds me of is, how they put in some of those elder care laws, like in California, like
yes.
You can't take advantage of the elderly. Like you can't go to a nursing home and have them sign over the rights to their house.
Yes.
Right. That's what this sounds like to me.